Welcome to the Just Chirpin podcast, the show that talks about hockey, life, and everything in between.
What's up, boys?
What's up?
How's it going, everybody?
Not too bad, not too bad. What's new with you, Brent?
You know the grind. Got this week coming up, and we got the Silver Puck Challenge first weekend that we have. It's still the SBC Taxi Squad bracket and the Petter Kellogg Rec Co-Ed. So I'm sure we're going to be touching on that in a little bit with our special guest here this evening, Zach Rankin and Joe Lobbezoo. So,
hey, what's up, boys?
Welcome, fellas.
Hey, good to see you. How you guys doing?
Absolutely. Well, that's exciting because it is the first weekend kicking off. What are your biggest fears?
Biggest fears? All of it. You know what? You guys have been around long enough that you guys know that first weekend, until that puck drops, I'm a wreck. But as soon as that puck drops 6 o'clock p.m. Friday night.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Do you feel ready?
I want to say yes. I know some background things that I'm still have in place. But for the listening audience, damn right I'm ready.
All right. Heck yeah. Well, what about you, Steph? What's new?
Oh, man, I had a bit. Hello.
Hello.
Busy work week. I'm working through the weekend, threw 2 yards of mulch down. The wife is hosting a wedding shower in our backyard, so getting the honey-do list wrapped up and all of that.
You need a dancer for that? I'm available.
Oh, my gosh. I need a hot pot of coffee.
Yard work is always fun.
Yeah, that's about it, man.
Well, that's cool. Well, hey, new guys, tell us what's up with you. Introduce yourself real quick.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Joe Lobbezoo here. What's new? I took the week off of work to sow my seed, to spread my seed.
There we go.
All over Caledonia.
Wow.
There you go.
How are those
like
women handling that?
I'll find out in the fall to see if it turns out well.
Nice.
Doing a little work in the ground, a little planting the seed this week.
Beauty.
The old germination process.
I mean, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, that's actually dead on.
Yeah, germination.
Yep.
I'm smart.
Zach here. I'm kind of doing the opposite, doing the aftermath of the seed spreading. My son will be 3 weeks old tomorrow, so I've just been adjusting to the newborn life.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats.
I thought I was tired before, and this is very different.
Boy.
Baby keeping you up all night?
Oh, yeah. He some nights he does good, like 3-4 hours. Other nights he's an hour and a half wanting to eat again, just crying and upset. So some of the nights are pretty short.
Do you have the wife that has to do it, or do you have the wife that is, we share that?
Oh, we're sharing it. So he's a bottle-fed baby, so both of us can kind of share the responsibility.
Yep,
We
it's
kind of got in a
bottle-fed.
routine. She'll go to bed a little earlier. I'll stay up a little bit later, and then when I go to bed at like 4 or 5 in the morning, she'll wake up with him after that, and then I'll sleep till noon, 1 o'clock, and go from there.
Yeah.
So that's working out pretty well, but I want to get him on his own routine, so it's a little bit easier.
For sure. I remember going through that with Case.
Yeah, I'm going, though. I mean, my baby is 10 months, so that's still, like, very memorable. And, but ours, like, in the last couple of days has been, like, starting to take, like, 3-4 steps at a time.
Oh, nice.
So we're starting to walk, which is pretty cool. It's a cool thing.
Yeah.
It is. So get ready because it gets a lot more fun. And then when they start walking, which you can't wait for, you're like, no. No, because now I got to watch you more. Like, I could just set you down and you were fine. And now I'm like, where'd it go?
Oh, yeah, that's what's nice. Just set him in the swing and put it to 3, and he's out for a couple hours. Yeah.
Yeah, that catches you a nap,
They
too.
might sleep for like 30 minutes, and then you and the wife are like, we got 30 minutes. What do you want to do? I'm like, sleep.
Speaking of the wife, how is Katie doing?
She's doing a lot better.
Yeah?
About a week after he was born, we had to go back to the ER for her. She ended up having a bad kidney infection.
Oh, my gosh.
And then after that, later, she spent 4 days in the hospital. And then after that, I guess was staying in the bed for 3-4 days. The pubic bone kind of settled or it moved or whatever. So she was having trouble walking for a day and a half.
Oh, man, that sounds like a drag. Jeez.
Yeah.
But she's doing better, though.
Oh, yeah, she's doing a lot better.
Good. That's good to hear. You actually surprised us when we came out to hockey there a couple days after the newborn was in the welcome to this world, if you will. And you could see she was tired. You know, it kind of surprised me that she did come out and do that. But it was awesome to see the baby. The baby's name is
Jameson.
Ah, very nice.
Yeah.
Like the whiskey.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah.
yeah.
He was like,
nice.
"Oh
just
yeah."
like the whiskey.
Yeah. Well, you can tell that he's younger because even, having a spouse come to a hockey game, I don't
know.
think that, like maybe
Come on, my spouse
maybe 10
comes
years
to my
ago?
games.
Well, you
Yeah.
guys are still young.
Yeah.
Like your relationship is young.
Okay, yeah.
In comparison, like Danelle and I have been married for 10 years together for like
I
16.
have
Never liked
never-
watching you play hockey.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
Jay, you're absolutely right. I don't think I've ever seen Danelle at a game.
No, not even in high school. She was like, "Do I have to go?"
Oh, bull crap. She was wearing my hoodie at the hockey game. She was there.
She was
there
cold.
at
So she
senior
could be
night.
the center of attention.
She was cold.
She's wearing the best player's jersey.
That's right. Had a C on the front too.
Yeah, I'm here to watch the guy that wins all the face-offs.
Well, I was playing wing at that point in time. I didn't get seasoned into my center position until men's league.
All
And that
right.
was only after DJ left.
This gonna start getting deep. Let's move this on.
You know what? Wait, talking to hockey, I wanna.
Yeah, we have some
Yeah,
stuff.
we got
here.
some stuff, Stefan. You were gonna fill us in from what happened last
Yeah.
week and some new stuff.
Yep, we got some hockey news.
Well, let's get her ripping.
Get hockey heavy and with a group of hockey guys. So I recently learned that Tyler Bertuzzi, who's 26 years old, is having back surgery. So I think that one kind of came across my radar. I was like, wow, 26? I'm 35, and I can't imagine that.
You know what though? Wish that guy the best. Hope he can come back and compete. Somebody, I will say, when I was 25, I couldn't even get out of bed. So I can definitely relate to how hard that's going to be for him. And he's such an impact on that team, man. That guy's a grinder. I love guys that work like that.
Yeah, he's got a great smile, too. So for those of you guys keeping notes, he's the nephew of the elder statesman Todd Bertuzzi. So back surgery is coming up this summer. Obviously, the Red Wings are pretty much done for, and he's expected to make a full return for the 21-22 season.
Hell of a smile.
Beauty smile and that flow, man, what a beaut. So we wish him well.
Wish him
as we
well.
said, yeah. And then kind of a buried thing with the game last week. Nobody really
Yes.
mentioned it, but
Yes.
Connor McDavid has registered 100 points in just 53 games in a shortened hockey season. I think that's an amazing feat.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. We know that Gretzky did this. We know that Mario Lemieux did this? Question mark.
Ooh, good question. I should have done further research on that. So
You
we
don't
had some
know the-
comparables.
You should know. If you're bringing up the story, you should know this.
Yeah, but you're the encyclopedia. I
Boys,
figured.
this
Yeah.
was just a highlight. Come on, we
But
haven't even
but
gotten to the meat
gonna
and
say,
potatoes
though,
yet.
I don't think this savior Sid Crosby did that. Did he?
I don't know.
Look at this research. Come on.
Chris, why don't you
Who
have your
are
phone
you guys?
out?
You guys take out your phone.
You need to be searching this stuff.
I was making a note of when you coughed into the microphone. Sorry.
At least you're doing
I
something over there.
guess we might have a recap next
All right.
week.
Well, yeah,
I-
we should do some follow up to that because
I-
that is a big
There is-
story.
I like that guy.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
He's a heck of a player.
He's fun to watch.
He's a good player,
Yeah.
and he seems like a pretty cool pretty cool dude.
He's a real cool goo.
Well, I was gonna say guy and dude.
Good.
Goo goo.
That's perfect.
What's that?
You know what I like
Goony
about
goo
him?
goo.
What I like most about him is like he is only in the headlines for his hockey play. You don't hear about what he's got going on in the ice. He really doesn't say anything dumb. Man, I respect him so far. I'll say thus far. He's still young, trust me.
Yeah.
If he's like me, he's got time to say something dumb.
Seems pretty humble.
Yeah, he'll come around. Something funny will happen. No doubt
Something's gonna
about it.
happen.
So, I learned last week after we recorded that the regular season of the NHL has been extended to May 19th. Now, that may have changed since I heard that. The playoff start date is still unknown. So, there was some delays in games and cancellations that they're making up as they shore up the I think it's the top 4 teams
Okay.
in each division that are going to battle it out and then move into the playoffs. So we'll keep you guys posted on what's going on with that when playoffs starts. It's going to really ramp up and get hot and heavy.
I think it's going to be a fun playoff to watch. I'm excited for
I'm really excited for this. Yeah, it's kind of cool having that Canadian division and
the one of the weirdest things maybe to me is I'm excited about this Florida series. Tampa and
yeah.
the Panthers.
Oh
They
my
don't
gosh.
like each other. That's going to be fun.
That's great, and they're separated by a handful of miles, for crying out loud.
Yes,
That's a
it's
beauty.
Going to be a good show down there. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward
It's
to it.
it's kind of nice to see the Panthers actually doing well again, and it's real nice.
Yeah, it is.
You know
And
what?
they got sick jerseys.
Well, I mean, if the Red Wings aren't going to do it again, we might as well have somebody.
Got to root for somebody other than the
Yeah,
Wings.
Jeez.
What do you think, Stefan, before we move on to the next topic? Florida or Tampa? Only because Detroit's gone head-to-head with Tampa. Well, you know what? I'm going to say Florida.
You're leaning towards Florida?
Yeah, I just don't like Tampa.
You don't?
I just
Okay.
struggle with it, and I like an underdog story. I like to see Florida here.
I want to
do.
jump on your bandwagon, but I'm going to jump the other way. I think Tampa
You
would
can
take
jump
them.
on it. It's
I
a
think
big wagon.
Well, I'm kind of lukewarm in between the two.
Are you?
How's that sound?
That's fair
I
enough.
like them both, but I think Tampa edges them out, though. If I'm putting money on this,
Who's got the better jerseys?
For me, Florida.
I think Florida has the
Yeah,
better
Florida does.
jerseys.
That's-
I mean, Tampa
that's-
has some sick jerseys too.
yeah, they're really
But-
creative. Blue. Oh yeah, they're Toronto's.
Well, I mean, they're not as bad as Dallas's third jerseys.
No, those are brutal.
Those are the
Those are brutal.
ugliest things I've ever seen. And next to their construction worker caution green jerseys that they've been wearing, my goodness. All right, so let's keep her moving, boys. The story, the game, last podcast,
Yes.
we could barely record watching this game. We couldn't even.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Stefan. How did we do it? We had one eye on the TV, the other eye on each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shirtless, of course.
Yes, absolutely.
Just kidding. We got these nice tarps on.
And we kept looking at the screen, pointing, trying to do a show, and not try to break it up at all. I loved it.
We kept our composure for sure. What a great game. So by now, everybody's caught the highlights, saw what's going on. So I just pulled a little bit of a factoid out of it. Pavel Besnevich, not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm not Russian. He got a game suspension.
And he went to Northview.
No, that's not nice. So he gets a 1-game sussy for sticking the lumber right in Anthony Mantha's beak. Do you think, I mean, the crime matches the punishment, but does that cast shade to
in
Tom
my
Wilson
opinion,
getting a $5,000?
First of all, the stick to the mouth on Mantha. Let's be honest. If you're here in Michigan, Grand Rapids, Detroit, Michigan, period, you've been wanting to do this to Mantha for about 3 years. All right. This guy has underperformed, and finally somebody knocked some chiclets into him and let him know, hey, welcome to the NHL. You know what? Hopefully he comes back. Maybe he plays better. I do wish him the best, but from the Detroit standpoint, he's an underperformer. He's a lazy guy. Definitely 1, if not 2 games for that. Yeah, I think he got what it had coming for him. My disappointment is the Wilson thing still.
Yeah, no, I understand that. So we definitely are on the same page where we think that Wilson probably should have gotten a game, at least for a game and a
At least
5K
a game.
fine. And if they're going to give Pavel a game suspension for the cross check to the face.
Do you think this is because of all the feedback, lashback, I guess you could say, from not reprimanding Wilson like they should have, that then now they're kind of going above and beyond?
I can see that whole game, the tone of that game, the Rangers, they didn't bring anybody up from the A to fight their battles. They dug deep and they took it to them. And I think it's all fair in love and war in that regard.
You know what? The Rangers did come up short in that, what maybe I want to call a revenge game. I don't know if it actually has a title or whatnot, but you could see what you just said. They didn't bring anybody up. It was every man that was in that trench was going to fight for their boy. And it was seriously awesome to see the Rangers do that. I'm a Ranger fan now. I especially became a Ranger fan after watching all of this, and the NHL giving the Rangers a $250,000 fine for free speech.
Right. And liquidating 2 of their upper echelon in the office, which
yes,
Chris Drury coming in, and now there's
I like Drury.
talk about Messier being involved as well. I think it all kind of works out pretty
I
good.
definitely think Messier should be involved. And Messier should have been involved long time ago.
He all of a sudden just kind of came out of nowhere. Nobody's heard from this guy in forever, and now he's taking a front office role with the Rangers.
He
Hey, I
should have
think
been
it's
there a long
beauty.
time ago with a name like that. That guy gave the guarantee. If you guys are too young to know, do you know what the guarantee?
Yeah, I know the
was?
guarantee.
Yeah, go look it up, everybody. The guarantee. That guy should have been in the office.
I mean,
a
if
long
you
time
can
ago.
be a hockey player and promise wins, then yeah, I think you probably deserve that
not
role.
only promise wins, deliver a cup.
Truth. Nice.
So I was a little disheartened by seeing the way that kind of panned out.
Yeah.
And it's only kind of made me a Ranger fan a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie.
It kind of sucks you in a little bit more.
It
Definitely
does.
going to be an interesting playoff. We're all very excited for this, and it's going to be exciting to have that going on along with Silver Puck, and just
Oh, yeah.
it's going to be great.
It's-
It's going to be we're
Silver
looking
Puck's
forward.
always been during the playoff season of hockey, so it's awesome. Every single weekend, people come in chirping about their teams and who
Oh,
they're
heck
watching.
yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, that's great. So then the buried lead in that whole game, you may not have noticed until afterwards, but TJ Oshie nets an empty netter at the end of the game to put the bow on the hat trick for the night, which happened a day or two after his father passed
Yes.
away. So I got chills just kind of talking about it right now. I think that is like the big takeaway from that game is how about that guy, and his dad, they called him coach.
I watched that happen. He gets that hat trick, and I watch a guy go to the bench, and you can see the raw emotion. And that is one of the most special part about sports that I love is it can happen at any time, and it just poured out of the guy that I actually went back and I saw the video of him talking about his dad when he won that Stanley Cup, and you can see he loved his father a lot. In that moment, holy smokes, man, it was so cool to see his teammates come around him. There's no jokes, there's no sarcasm, raw emotion, passion, love for dad, the game, everything that's happened, man. That was cool. That was really cool in my world.
A ton of respect for the individual, for what he's going through, and the fact that he threw the skates back on, got on the ice, delivered a nice hat trick to dad up
Nothing but
in
respect.
heaven. Just fantastic.
It's it was nothing but respect. Seriously, that's we all sit here, or some of us may be sitting here, and that's going to be a hard time for a lot of us. And to be able to, like you said, put those skates on, pull the laces tight, and go for it.
Yeah, something else. So that's what we got for you in the latest updates of hockey. Anybody have anything else to add? Joe, Zach, you guys got anything? We nailed it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay,
Cool.
cool.
You did it all.
Yep.
No, that Oshie, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's huge to perform after that. So
All right, everybody,
Well,
you can
I did
log
wanna-
off. Hang on, Jay. Everybody, you can log off now. According to Joe and Zach here, we did a great job. This is good for our Yelp ratings. All right, Jay, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say this just kind of came to mind here, wrapping up at the end. Some of you may or may not know who Brian Belgraph is, but
Yeah, I know about Brian. I
Yep,
know
yep.
of him. I don't know him well, though.
recently passed.
Yep.
So they were cleaning out the house. I believe the wife is moving, and they ended up donating an entire truck and cab full of hockey equipment
Oh, no way.
to
Where'd it go?
it went to the Grand Valley rink.
Oh,
That's
so
awesome.
for the Grand Valley Stars program?
Yeah, so they're still
That's
trying to figure out, I
awesome.
think, what to do with it. But I mean, it was crazy the
That's
amount
awesome
of stuff that
stuff.
came. Yeah, super cool
Give
cool
it
guy.
back
I
to the
only met him
community.
one time. Awesome guy. I've heard nothing. I mean, he's obviously huge in the hockey community with the USA Hockey and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
USA Hockey, and especially Hudsonville Jennison area,
Yep.
and he had some involvement with the Grand Rapids Youth Foundation, as well as the Van Andel. And I only know this because Zane and him
and
were
the
good
dude never
friends.
never played hockey, I believe he said when I was talking to him, or very little, but like loved the game. Super awesome dude. And don't bash me if I'm wrong on that, but from the one conversation that I had with him, I'm pretty sure that's where we were.
When he passed, a lot of people were sending me messages, and I appreciate it, but unfortunately I never played youth hockey at all. I'm a beer leaguer, started late in life,
Started
and
late.
I kind of feel like I missed out a little bit from the messages that I was receiving. An amazing person.
Yeah, super. I mean, from everything I've gathered and from everybody says, super cool guy, and so super cool that even beyond, he's giving back. So that was super cool. That recently just happened. I want to point that out. And then also, obviously we got the interview coming up and we're wrapping things up. So I wanted to throw out there that Perani's HockeyWorld is our newest sponsor, you could say. So I wanted to give a shout out to them. They're super cool. They're going to be giving us actually some care packages to give away on the show. And via, what I would say via, if that's the right word.
Yeah, via would work.
Via SPC, So they're giving these care packages away. It sounds like one per tournament per weekend. So
awesome.
It sounds like we're going to get some merch in there and some free skate sharpening. I'm not going to lie. The one shop I spend most of my money on is Perani's. And not because their prices are so high, but because they have most everything I need in one spot. Just wanted to point that out. Best place in town for skates. I bought a few pair from them.
Anything else you need.
Right, and they do have a lot of cool stuff. And great stick deals. I'm not going to lie, man. I am not spending $250 on a stick. I'll spend $150, and that is tops, and they always seem to have that $100 to $150 range stick there that I need. So just want to give those guys a shout-out real quick.
They also have, if you're a budget hockey stick buyer like me, the under 60 per stick, they've got those for you. They're going to be about 2 years late in the model, but they still perform the same. So,
yeah.
I mean, whatever budget you're on, I bought my son's hockey equipment, full get up there. I hear the prices go up the older they get, but I was out the door for about $200 with all that my son needed, so that was kind of nice for the pocketbook.
Yeah.
So thank you, Perani's, for all that you do.
Yeah, so Perani's located on 29th Street, Grand Rapids, Michigan. They also have a location in Flint. Don't know exactly where that's at quite yet, but I talked to the GM, I'm going to say, out there, Matt, and super cool guy. He's the one that's making all this stuff happen, so we really appreciate that. We still got, True Edge?
Yep, Rich is interested in letting us put a placard up on the shelf there, and gonna throw together a package that either we give away via the recording or something at Silver Puck.
So for those of you who don't know, True Edge, I mean, everything skate related. Seriously, if you need repair done, that's the guy I'm going to.
Yeah, so that's on the north end, and then another great skate detailer on the south end where everybody's going to be at these upcoming weekends on your games. Same quality, great people down there too. They're not paying us yet. No, I'm just joking. But they definitely take care of everybody that's at the rink. So there's 3 very good options for
in the Grand
skate
Rapids
work and all
area.
that
Absolutely.
in the greater Grand Rapids area.
Absolutely.
Just
also,
wanted to throw that one in there for y'all.
We didn't get to do any golf talk, so I do want to throw lucky wedges out there for a minute as well. If you guys are looking for a set of wedges and maybe a putter and some sick gear, lucky wedges. They've done me well so far.
Yeah, I put one up top on a slanted green about 20 yards out the other day and just greased it up and down. Bam. I didn't even have to touch the green. I sent my son up there. He pulled the ball out of the hole for me. My wife's like, nice shot. And I go, yeah, I think I closed my eyes. So it's probably the equipment moreover than the golfer.
Oh, you guys went golfing again.
Not together, but,
No.
but we do love these lucky wedges and putters.
I do.
I got a couple of nice lids I ordered from them. I got one for my brother-in-law for taking me out to the private course.
Did order some lids.
Yeah, I had one on earlier, but I had to switch to my TaylorMade cap because it's what do they call it? Performance. So it wipes the sweat away.
It's sweat wicking.
Nice, sweat wicking. That's what I meant to say.
Well,
so there's the plugs.
Without further ado, what Brent? I'm gonna let you lead this one off.
All right. Well, like I said, we have Zac Rankin in the house here with Joe Lobbezoo. We kind of touched a little bit on how you guys are doing yourselves in your personal lives. You have anything else you want to add? And we're going to jump right into this. All right. You planted your seed. You were still planting seed. And now let's jump into this.
Yeah, did a lot of seed planting. No, it's that time of year, doing some farming back home.
Absolutely.
Caledonia area, so born and raised, you know the neighborhood.
Oh, absolutely. Hometown.
You do? Yeah. Yep. Doing a little bit of that this time of year. Got a family farm. I'm a family guy. So I have just 5 kids.
I thought it was 13.
Just it's somewhere in there. It's somewhere in there.
5 kids?
Just 5.
That's all?
That's right, just 5
that he knows of.
You know what though, Joe? I went over there one night with Zach, and it was like every time the door opened, it was like another kid came out.
Another one ran out
for 2 hours.
Yep. And there's a whole swarm of scooters and bikes running up and down the driveway.
I thought it was Monty Python, the meaning of life.
The Ring doorbell's just chirping the phone like crazy. Ding, 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 ding.
Yep.
So, you know what? Let's just jump right into this. I got the chance to meet you guys, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I want to say it was last October, roughly Halloween time. And you guys, when do you guys want to step in and say how we met that first time and on the ice rink, whatever, stutter. I'm doing good.
Yeah, we ended up meeting you, and we kind of fell into the Patterson League on Tuesday nights. We kind of pulled the trigger late, so to speak, on getting into the league. So we had a kind of a bye week, and we did a scrimmage and invited some people out. And I think Nate was the one that brought you in, and that's how we met you.
Yep.
Since we had that first week off, but still helped because remember you working with Bambi.
Yeah.
Because he got stuck on the ice for about 12 minutes on the other side of the ice.
No, seriously.
Not being able to make it to the benches because every time he'd stand up, right down to the ice, he'd just fall.
Yeah. For our listening audience, you think he's playing around? No, he seriously got caught on the other side of the ice, and he could not crawl, skate, slide back to the bench. It was brutal to watch.
Yeah,
Brutal.
When you say or think of the cartoon Bambi on ice,
Absolutely.
it's legs sideways.
Oh yeah.
And Brent and I can still picture this sitting on the bench, and you're coming down along the boards with him, basically holding him.
Shh! Don't hang on.
Not holding him real close. And that's the first time I remember seeing you, and I thought, what is this scraggly dude doing with one of our guys that can't skate? But props to you. You were helping him out. So that's the first time I met you, and it's been blurry ever since.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
That's pretty accurate. Yeah.
I just know that how I started off, I was same way. I wasn't even smart enough to sharpen my skates the first time I played. So it was very, very interesting to watch such a dynamic of people. You guys really seriously have a lot of beginners. When I'm talking a beginner team, you guys have, am I wrong if I say 8 to 10 guys that haven't been skating for 8 months, even with the breaks?
About that, I would say it's about 80% of our guys are in their first or second season, and then our goalie alone, Will, he played his first season last year as a player, and this was his first season this past winter as a goalie. So he's totally changed, and he's just been trying to find different aspects of the game to improve on. And even from the start of the season over the fall and winter to the end of the season in the playoffs, he was a totally different goalie than when he started.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That guy has stepped up. I mean, first of all, maybe you give us a little background on, like, how did you guys actually find enough hockey players out of your group?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, make it quick. But seriously, like, did people just start buying equipment just to do it, just to be a part of something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
an
serious?
example of that. Straight up, go back to Perani's plug here. I ended up buying all my gear straight up, fresh, off the street, needed all my gear just over a year ago because Zach and a few other guys started circling a memo at work in a sign-up sheet. Hey, guys, we're going to throw together a team from work, and we're going to see if this will work.
Now, have you ever skated before this point?
I
mean,
you're
maybe a family skate.
Maybe a family skate. You're high school. Now that was a few eras ago. Evening skate or whatever you want to call it. Leisure.
Okay.
Strapped a few skates on and went a few times over the years, but that was it.
I have never been more impressed with like a calling of a team together ever. Like I've been doing this, since 2000. And the next thing I know, I was talking over here with Zach, and I'm like, so how many guys do you guys actually have on your quote-unquote sub-list roster? And I'm kind of being nonchalant about it. And he looks at me with the straightest face and says, 38.
Yeah. When we started with that initial memo that we were kind of talking about, that initial roster we had on our ops floor where we had about 22 people, and we figured we can work with that. Patterson had a max of 15 on the bench. So we're like, okay, we can probably fill close to 15 every week.
Wow.
Ended up having 15 every week, but towards the end of the season, the talk got around, the interest peaked, and in the end of the season, I think we have about...
Joe's come back to the conversation.
I think we're looking at about 42 people that want to skate.
42 people that want to skate. Do you have multiple teams or
No.
Just one.
Just
any
the one.
consideration on splitting and doing two teams?
Maybe
Sorry.
if I could interject here a little bit is like, I don't want to give out too much information, but if you
Right.
guys want to elaborate a little bit, maybe where you're located at and what you do to explain why every week, even trying to get 12 to 15 people to show up was a difficult time.
Yep. So we're all military. We work. Joe and I live up here. We're in Caledonia, and then so we're all military. Work in Battle Creek. Guys live in Portage, Kalamazoo, or Marshall, wherever. So everybody's kind of coming up here. When we played at Patterson, everybody's making the drive.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes logistics a little tricky. I understand.
And then with our work schedule, we're working right now just 2 shifts, but we used to work shift work 24/7. So everybody's schedule's different.
Okay, so that makes sense for having that many guys available at any, hey, first 15 in, get to skate.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, Stefan, this is no joke. I showed up probably 15 weeks, for example. It was not the same locker room once.
Oh, my.
Once.
Yep.
Okay.
We probably had a solid, what would you say, 6 to 8 that were the solid
Yeah.
old timers,
That'd
quote
be-
unquote.
That would be a fair assumption. Seriously. And,
Wow.
Yeah.
and throughout the year, people would end up coming in and coming out because based on the scheduling. So we'd lose guys at the beginning of the season, and then all of a sudden we'd pick up another shift, if you would, because now their schedule changed.
Yep.
It was interesting
Well,
to be a part of that.
Yeah, in that case, I don't really see any reason to change up what you got going on. There's no sense in having two teams because you've got a revolving door of who can be there and who can't. And
Yeah, it's been working fairly well. We had a few hiccups, and because he mentioned it already, and it was the whole reason we got together in the first place, that Zach and a few of the other guys, was the camaraderie, the team spirit. So we're a 24/7, 365 mission. So to get guys together, it's a family. Yeah, it's similar to the hockey family, right?
Yeah.
You'd take a punch for any one of them. Most of them.
Yeah.
Most.
not Brett for sure.
Step back. But yeah, we're family there. That's what those type of missions bring you to.
That's so cool.
And the word kept getting out about the hockey team, and we'd come back on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and be talking about, holy cow, this happened and that happened, and oh man, we got our butts kicked, and whatever. Oh, we almost won. We tied a game, it just grew. It grew, and so more and more guys from work started wanting to be in. So we had a few hiccups where a few times we did, all right, rosters maxed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we only got this many open spots available and all of that.
I'd say a lot of the interest started peaking when everybody, like, kind of Chirpin comes around full circle in our squadron. And then I'm on a shift or a crew with our goalie, and it was just coming back every Wednesday after the game, be like, God, Will, you were a block of Swiss cheese out there, man. If you could have let any more goals in, come on, man.
He had some rough nights. He definitely had some rough nights. But he never quit.
Nope.
Well, and you guys can, so for us civilians, it's different. Like you equated it a little bit towards the hockey community. I think what you guys do, to say thank you is saying it lightly coming from civilians, but we certainly appreciate everything you put into it. And we have this small little sliver of common ground that we all like to play hockey. and we can all, be equal in that regard. But for what you guys are doing, the sacrifice and everything, hats off to you. It's from the bottom of our hearts. I think I speak for Brent, Jay, and Chris when I say
You know what the interesting thing is, Steph? I barely knew Joe over here. I got to... Oh,
hello.
Zach joined the conversation.
Welcome.
I actually got to know Joe first. Unfortunately, I was trying to sober up a couple times.
Unfortunately, you met Joe first.
Yeah,
I got you.
yeah,
Okay.
Unfortunately, I met Joe first because we were both trying to sober up to get home later in an evening. And then I got to know Zach a little bit more, and I got to meet both of these guys. And I will say one of the coolest things that happened this winter, and I think I mentioned it on the very first episode, if not the second episode, that Joe over here showed up and he delivered truckloads of wood for us over at the Deeks and Dangles pond hockey.
Was that where all that lumber came from?
This guy right here. He brought his family out, his daughter, son, and I think I met, 2 sons, 2 different ones?
Oldest daughter and oldest son the first time out
First
there.
time.
And then you met next daughter down as well.
Okay. I mean, talk about community. I barely really truly known these people. And the next thing I know, giving back and giving to the community, building relationships. It seriously has been a really fun trip with these guys. And the most exciting time that I personally had, and I'd love to hear your guys take on it, is winning that first game. First game ever. I know it's beer league. I know you guys are a bunch of benders. I'm a bender too. But for those guys that don't get a chance to succeed at something they're really bad at, come on. That's got to feel good. That's magic.
Yeah. It was good to feel because from my perspective, I've been playing hockey since I was 4. I started skating when I was 3, so I was the guy ended up as the player coach with the experience coming in, helping guys build, along with Brent out at Deeks and Dangles. That made a huge difference over the winter, skating extra time on your ice. But seeing the guys progress and everybody who kept putting in the effort improve by the end of the season, like I'm proud of our team doing that. I'm very impressed.
Huge steps.
Oh,
like
yeah.
From somebody like me, and for those here in the Grand Rapids area that know me, I'm a bender. All right, I work real hard, fall down a lot, get off you say, hey, good shift. These guys here were out at the Deeks and Dangles rink just about every week, snowstorms. Shoveling, working. They rented a whole Sunday once.
Oh, yeah.
And just got the ice time in. And to watch you guys progress from Halloween last year, 2020, until just this last few weeks when we had to end, leaps and bounds.
Absolutely.
Better. Impressive. Seriously impressive. I mean, McCarty still falls down too much, but hey.
It's not as bad as Rand, though. When he finally had a chance to have a breakaway, but he touches the puck, and as soon as the puck touches the tape, he falls for no reason. That's one of my favorite memories from this season.
It's gold.
There's one ahead of it, though, Brent. You said you always come off and say, nice shift. Do you remember what Joe did when you looked at me and said, did you see that?
No, you know what? Joe and I think we haven't talked about that because there's a reason for that.
It's a good learning experience, though.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Joe. I wasn't real nice to you that day.
That
was one of the dumbest freaking things I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, Sarge has said worse things to him. He's not worried about it. As long as you didn't make him do push-ups or scrub the floor with a toothbrush.
You know what?
That's right.
With everything that was going on this thing, I will say, I'll own this. That, you know what? I wanted to win every single chance I could with these guys because I knew they're going to be few and far between. I think what did we end with? 4 or 5 wins out of 20 games.
It was
something like that.
4-14-1.
4-14-1.
Yeah.
And Joe, you made a stupid pass through the middle with what? I don't know, 10 seconds left in a period. I could have buried you. Dumbest pass ever.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to let you know.
Yeah, that's okay. My head was hanging skating back to the bench after
You
that
knew
shift.
it. You knew it, and I do apologize. But like, I wanted to see you guys succeed so much that I was like, we can't have that because one could end us. With that being said, you guys did get a chance to play in the pond hockey tournament this past year.
Feels like it was just last weekend.
Yeah, I know. The way this last year's gone, and I've been going every weekend since. You guys played in your first tournament.
Yep.
What'd you guys think of that? I know it was pond hockey. It wasn't the big ice yet, but what'd you guys think?
That was one of the better tournaments I played in. I had a lot of fun that weekend. Coming in the first tournament, kind of figuring out what's going on around Grand Rapids tournament-wise. And
You got a chance to meet a bunch of new people. And
I met a lot of personalities, and I had a lot of fun that weekend. It was a lot of fun.
And you said you started playing at a young age, so you've
Yeah.
probably had some, high school experience.
Yep.
And did you do any college or anything like that, or did you jump right into men's league from there?
Took a couple years off for training and working military stuff, and then kind of jumped back into the men's league stuff out here this past year, really. Because before that, and end of high school, I skated with my dad in his Thursday night league, and that was about it.
Okay.
After high school.
But you have a pretty good gauge on talent and all that stuff. Kind of going back to your group and some guys that may have just been getting started or whatnot. So for you to kind of feel all that out coming from being basically a transplant up here, and then you walk into this outdoor rink with boards and glass and tournaments, and now you're jumping into the SPC, and I mean, this thing is snowballing pretty fast.
he definitely has sniffed the glue on this one.
I think it was rubber cement.
Ended up being a little foggy.
I will say though, there has been a lot of excitement and cheering. A lot of people that do the tournaments, they sit there, and for those that don't know, I do kind of have like a salary cap system that I try to make things as fair as possible. Some brackets are better than others. You get individuals, and it is what it is. Zach has been nonstop about trying to be fair and all that kind of stuff. And that first Deeks and Dangles tournament, he's like, I'm like, dude, just bring your team. And you guys had a couple good guys. I'm not going to lie. You guys had a couple of good guys. But the rest of you guys, of your guys, Joe.
Yes, Joe, this guy. I evened those guys out.
You absolutely did. With your 4 months of skating experience,
Yes.
you leveled it out.
Yes.
Don't leave Brett out of there. And all jokes aside, in the end of that tournament,
Holy
Joe and Brett had all of our goals pretty much. Because when I put them on offense, we would just feed them passes or knock it off the wood, and they would just put
You
it
don't
in.
have to remind me, Zach. Great conversation. I know you knocked us out of the tournament. I get it.
That was a fun game playing you guys, but I felt bad towards the end, Brent.
Why would you? You embarrassed us, and we had it coming.
Because we beat,
Don't feel bad.
towards the end of the game when it was about 20-6, and Dan
Jason
was
turned his
24
mic
to
back
9.
on. That's not cool.
Welcome back.
Actually, I gave my mic away,
Uh-oh.
and I am dual splitting with them. One of them, Joe. But either way, don't feel bad. Beat him.
Yeah.
Beat him hard.
I
Make him
we-
bleed.
We beat them good. It was 24 to 9 after that game.
Hey, Zach, I said earlier we don't all right. We don't talk scores. We don't talk
No numbers.
You don't beat the commissioner.
No,
Zach.
unless-
you don't beat the commissioner.
Unless Brent won. Then we can
All
talk
right.
scores.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's the way it is.
All right. So with that being said, you guys are coming into your first Silver Puck tournament. I have my own impression about this bracket. It is a first-time bracket. It's the SBC Taxi Squad bracket. It's every team that has been on, unfortunately, a waiting list. And this year I've had the opportunity to open it up, and I found a few new teams to be put in it. And it's not exactly the most level playing field. You guys have openly admitted that you don't care.
Nice.
Hey.
Nice.
I just want to play.
You just
have an
wanna play
opportunity to
an
play.
opportunity.
Yeah, and I just want to jump in real quick here and say I think this is cool as all get out, that though the playing field may not be level, you've got all these people that want to jump into this tournament that has started with just 4 or 6 teams and now expanded over 5 weekends. That there's so much interest. You're throwing together a little parlay so that the teams that haven't been seasoned and been playing since 2005 like me, maybe I'm the only guy, but that they have an opportunity to get their feet wet and have a little bit of tournament play. I think that's awesome.
It is really kind of cool that they're going to be jumping in and doing this. I hope you guys aren't naive. You know what's coming. It's going to be a long weekend.
Oh yeah.
But you know what? The breaks in between, I got a feeling you're going to have some good times. You're going to meet some awesome people. And for you guys that are more local, not so much Kalamazoo, Battle Creek, I'm sure the invites will come. You just go out there and you shake your hands and you'll meet some new teams and new people and get some new experiences. The nice thing about this taxi squad bracket is it gives me a chance to evaluate people. So I can sit here and look at teams and say, yep, you're good for the B+, you're good for the, a B, you're good for a C, cut this guy, add this guy.
Right.
And hopefully it all works out. But I know I'm really appreciative of the friendship that you guys have given me. Playing in the tournaments, renting the ice at Deeks and Dangles, now playing at Silver Puck. I hope you guys have a real good time. You got to let it be what it is, and I hope you guys are prepared for that a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Well, don't short sell them. My gosh, you act like they're going to get steamrolled out there for crying out loud.
I know.
These guys are combat veterans. I think they can handle themselves. Okay.
I'm like, gosh, if I'm sitting over here, I'm gonna slap you across your mouth.
I was
after this
talking-
is over.
Screw your tournament. I'm out.
I was talking a little garbage to Joe on the way out here, and he is playing the future SBC B+
Right, but
team.
you
so
do
I
know
had
if
to do
Joe
this.
wanted to grab you with
Yes, I
his two
know that.
hands on the ice, he'd beat the living shiznit out of you.
No, he's Air Force. No, I'm safe.
No, they still carry sidearms.
He's a farmer.
Touche.
Oh, the farmer thing's
He's a-
got
Yeah,
me.
he's got the farmer strength. My goodness.
Yeah, sorry.
He's been spreading seed
he's
all
done
day.
thrown bales of hay 13 feet high that are heavier than you.
And he doesn't even wear gloves when he's doing it.
Yes.
I think I showed up here
He's
with
right,
seed
man.
on
Those
my
hands, those are not little girl hands. Those
They're
are
not-
man hands.
They're not dainty like your keyboard hands.
Those hands
Brent.
don't wear gloves very often.
Quit talking smack.
Do you even wear hockey gloves with those mitts?
Usually, but not
You
always.
just probably wear a pair of leathers,
He's definitely if he's not doing
rawhides.
what was
Thin,
the
extra thin?
what was the leather company that Biz was doing the promo for?
Oh,
the
yeah,
gloves?
those gloves.
Watson's gloves.
Well, boys,
I do have one more story that I want to touch on, and we got to sit there and we're going to be cautious with how we say this. Now, every locker room seems to have some antics that happen in it. There's people that like to play jokes.
Oh, I got one to add.
Nope. You're going to wait your turn.
Well, just in the foreshadowing, I could
like
elaborate.
foreshadowing.
Yeah. So like for the Barley squad, our little thing is like the guy who got stoned, like had a wide open net and he shot it wide or something.
Stoned.
We give this guy the hat and it says Stony. So
Falls off the board, trips at the blue line.
something
that kinda
goofy that
guy does
happens.
something dumb.
Yeah.
I pretty much own that thing.
Oh my gosh, that sits in my
The
little locker like
Stony.
crazy. Yeah. So just to elaborate, like the dunce of the game, or the
Yes.
big screw up, just for a gag between the guys
It's
or girls.
Well, and two, we got the hat. You don't always just get the hat. Like the hat also has to be taken when we go out to
That's
grab
gotta
beers
wear
after
it.
and be
Gotta wear it.
worn by the guy who got it. Otherwise, he's got to buy a round.
Yeah, you have to pick up the tab if you don't wear the Stony hat to the bar after the game.
That makes sense.
And it's not a
Nice.
cool hat.
no.
No, this is your fisherman hat with roosters and beach balls on it. So
It's your grandfather's hat.
do the reference between a rooster and a ball,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm tracking.
and then it says
Gotcha.
it's Stony across the
Chicken
front.
Beach.
Yeah. And this hat has been in everybody's hockey bag, like, sweaty, wet hair, all this stuff. Every time I get it, I wash it. I wash that.
Thank
son of a
God,
bitch.
Wonder
'cause
why
I
it's
have
always so wrinkly
Well, I don't dry it, Jay. Jeez. Oh, that's why it's wrinkly. I should dry it.
with the softener sheets.
Sorry, I took it away from
No,
you.
no, you're good. I was just going to elaborate on that thing is before I jump sides here is literally when I leave every night to go play hockey with you boys, I look at Beth and I say, I don't want the Stony.
Nobody wants the hat.
I don't want the Stony. And I worked so hard, but I suck.
Oh,
You don't
crap. I
make-
went home
you
with a
don't
hat.
make- You don't make that many mistakes.
Oh, man, I struggle. With that being said, I've been skating with these guys, like I said, since last Halloween. And so I sit here and I get done with the game and I pack up my bag, shower, do all the good stuff that has to be done. Take it home. One of those days you just don't take it out of the trunk. Work with me. You guys all know what I'm talking about.
Been there, done that. Not very often, but it's happened.
It's happened. And I show up to play at the old Barley Boys on Thursday night. And I open my bag, and Chocolate Thunder is sitting there, all 2.5 feet of it. And I was like, I need you guys to read between the lines a little bit on this one because we're not going to say it. But I was like, oh, my gosh, if the teammates see this and I try to hide it, what are they going to say? I got to bite this bullet and just share it.
You're jumping on that grenade.
Yep.
Captain America over here.
Double-ended.
Possibly, absolutely.
Well, it was double-headed and connected in the middle.
Yeah. It wasn't. Yeah,
it was some
a Tinker
tandem
Toy.
chocolate.
Or double-ended,
it's
depending
for
on how you
two.
look at it.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
It's meant for two.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can share with a friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I grab this thing right in the middle, and I start flopping it in the air, like it looked like a crow in the air.
Oh my gosh, it looked like you were
Like-
handling nunchucks.
Pretty
much.
What is that Olympic sport?
Oh, javelin.
Javelin?
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like you got a
No, it's too
javelin in
flimsy
your
for
hand.
that.
Yeah.
Those things are super flimsy.
I think there was a rod in the middle of it.
And I was like, okay, I know I'm going to have to, these guys are going to give me grief, and I've got this.
Well,
I
mind
don't-
you, you're sitting right next to Hanson.
Yeah, and
so if he
Hanson's-
gets one glimpse of something funny, like
I'm done.
that son of a gun took my underwear one day.
Did he sniff them?
No, he took it, hid in his pocket, and he wouldn't give them back to me until we were at the bar. I had to wear my backup pair of
Who
undergarments.
has a backup pair of underwear? That's why he took them, because he knew you had them.
Exactly. Jay, you nailed it on the head. Dude, you seriously have a backup pair of underwear?
Have you ever shit your pants driving down the road? Yeah, maybe you'll think about it next time. Always bring a backup
I
pair
was
of
gonna say, wait, the
underbritches.
farmer.
You think
The
that's
farmer's carrying an extra pair of underwear.
Oh gosh, you never know when you're soiling
Man
your
after
drawers.
my own heart. Be prepared.
You never gamble on a fart, and you never leave when you're on the heater.
That's so true. So true. Wow.
So back to Chocolate Thunder,
Yeah, so
Chocolate Thunder, not Tropic Thunder. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Chocolate Thunder was in my bag, and I had to share it. And all these chuckleheads were in the locker room looking at me like, what does this guy do on a Saturday night? It was just absolutely
Brent goes,
brutal.
"Oops, I grabbed Beth's bag again."
That's now I'd have believed that one.
So boys, I know we got to start wrapping up here a little bit. Give us a little background on Chocolate Thunder, and there is a guy out there that has yet to come forward because I did pass that torch on.
Nice.
Torch was passed on.
And he's being too quiet about it.
Yeah, the little bit of quick history on that is in our work where Zach and I work. It's similar to the hockey world. We have the shenanigans in amongst the air crew.
Absolutely.
Things have been known to be found in people's lockers or in their flight suits, in their gear, whatever it may be. We kind of took that and adapted it to the hockey world now. So to our new team.
Man, hats off to you boys.
Yeah.
Seriously, I was sitting there, I opened that bag up, and I sent Zach a message the next day. I was like, I need you to do reconnaissance on this one. I need you to tell me who gave me Chocolate Thunder because I got to do something back.
Did he spill the beans?
Yeah, absolutely. He did a good job.
So you find out who gave it to you then?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
It was Will, the goalie. That's why I don't like goalies.
Wait, you got it from the goalie?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a double whammy.
Dude, I went into
No
the
pun
shower.
intended.
Yeah.
I went in there for a good
Nice.
rotation, but then I was alone. And then Will said, hey, you know what? He's taking a long time in there. And he tucked that thing perfectly in a zipped up bag.
Well, at least he put a bag on it, you know.
No. That was my hockey bag.
Hockey
Oh,
bag.
I thought he put a raincoat on it. Yeah.
No coats there.
No coats.
I love it. I think it was funny. I did pass it on. I don't want to throw the guy under the bus, but he has yet to say anything. Correct, boys?
Correct.
Yeah, he hasn't said anything yet. He's still pretty fresh to our squadron.
Yeah.
Pretty fresh to hockey. Not sure how often he might open his bag, so that might be living there for a
So
bit.
is this kind of like a Secret Santa thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely,
Nice.
Secret Santa.
It's a
Okay.
chocolate surprise.
Should have known.
Can I ask the color?
Oh, you don't
It's
need
chocolate.
to ask.
You
I'm
can't figure that
assuming,
out.
but I just was gonna ask.
Yeah, that's a
Fu-
fair
fuchsia.
question.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
I mean, I had to take a guess, but
We're trying to paint a picture for
could
the
have been
listeners.
brown.
Ease up on them. That was a fair question.
I think so.
Not at all.
It could have been. It could have been the name of it. Like,
Yeah, like
Just-
how you call a big guy tiny.
the Just
I get it.
Married.
We didn't sit there and call it ivory tusk, knowing that it was 3 inches long.
What are you trying to
I'm
say,
just
Brett?
saying. Well,
Oh, Joe liked that
we
one.
Hey, I'll tell
hey, okay, come check out our website. Goodbye.
you. Hey, before we go though, I have to tell you, you guys, just meeting you for the first time tonight, solid cats, real cool. Really enjoyed hanging out with you. I mean, we could definitely
Keep
hook up
going.
and have some beers
Oh,
and
yeah.
hang out. Love to skate with you at some point. in
Oh, I'd
time,
love to
or see
throw
on
them
the
with you,
ice.
man. I'd like to
Yeah.
throw them.
Throwing beers
Anytime.
back.
Look
Yeah.
at those.
No, you
look
don't
at
want
those
to do that. You
mitts.
don't want to do that with
It's
you.
I want to throw with him.
His first tournament,
wants
he
to-
put somebody over the boards over a
He did
decent
do
day.
that.
So
No,
you don't
no.
want to mess with Joe.
Jay wants to
Guilty.
throw hay with him.
Yeah, that's what
He
I'm.
wants
Oh,
to
you
throw
need help out
hay
there
with
on the
him.
farm. Grab 'em.
Yeah.
He's trying to throw some thunders.
The javelin.
we should
yeah,
bale some hay.
yeah. He wants to put the shit
Absolutely.
kickers on. He's going to wear the boots with the mustaches on them, and he's going to throw some hay with you.
We will always take extra help during hay season.
You
know
know
what?
every farmer ever.
I
Exactly.
think we should go live with this. Jay, you and I, out there on the farm.
Throwing some bales.
Whoa.
Well, you can. I'm going to bring beer.
I'm gonna say you're gonna be on top. No, you're gonna be on top, stacking them.
Oh, wait a
He's
minute.
gonna be whipping them at you. You're gonna have to catch
I'm
them.
almost 50. Cut me some
That's okay.
slack.
I'll jump up there and I'll catch the bales and
Oh,
stack
nice.
them. I'm
I
a
can do
nice
that.
stacker.
Brent, I'll help you out. I'll toss some beers with you.
Oh,
Good stacker.
They're the cheering section.
I'll have those hay bales stacked like Tetris up there. I won't
As-
be able to get them out.
Awesome.
as we get ready to wrap up here, I do want to say special thanks to Zach and Joe for coming in here tonight. I know you guys made the trek out. I know Zach came a long way for this. Joe, I really do appreciate you bringing all the wood out to the Deeks and Dangles. You kept a lot of people warm. You took care of everybody really good, and you quietly did it. And a lot of people don't get acknowledged for that, and I want to do that publicly. Awesome. Thank you so much. I am so
Very
grateful to meet both you boys. I am.
I heard about that wood, so yes, thank you as well. I
Well,
spent a lot of hours around it.
It kept all of us warm. That's for sure.
Oh, really? Like I didn't know that was you. So
That's him.
Hey, you're
Yeah.
very, very welcome.
super cool of you.
Thank you so much for your guys' service.
And
Honestly.
I wanted to say I liked them too. I thought they were cool. I just met them today.
Well, thanks for taking all the wind out of my sail.
No, I know. I've skated with you before, yeah. But I feel like this is the first time I met you, right?
Yeah,
It
I
is the
think
first
so.
time.
First time we met each other.
I know who you are.
We feel like we've known each other our whole lives.
Oh, yeah, go way back.
We don't like to admit it.
Right. Do you guys want to stay in my spare bedroom? I just redid it.
It's funny. I was telling him about the spare bedroom when he went into the bathroom, but now you made it weird.
You were gonna ask him after, anyways.
Was that before or after he took his pants off?
One leg in, one leg out. We're good.
Hey, I put my pants on like everybody else, 2 legs at a time.
You were telling
Hey.
about the bedroom. He had one leg out already.
With that being said, boys, let's wrap this up. And I do want to give Joe the moment here to promote what we like to call go plug yourself. Do you have something you'd like to say?
I do. Hey, thanks for the opportunity.
Appreciate it.
So for this one, it's going to be VETSports. So we talked about earlier in the episode how that's where we first met you.
Yes.
Was when we got together, called on the Grand Rapids VETSports team to help us out, do some scrimmage for the crew from Battle Creek VETSports. So for essentially anybody listening, I want you to look up VETSports if you don't know what that organization is. that is the reason our team is skating this past year, or the reason we skated this past year. They are an organization that takes care of the VETSports, or the veterans, all different types of sports. They pay for the entry fees. They pay for league fees. They really, really hooked us up. Good people. They've dealt with us very well. It's a good charity organization. Please, if you have any inkling to help somebody out or look into what some veterans might need, this is huge to bring the team together. So,
Zach, do you have anything you'd like to add on that?
Yeah, the VETSports, like Joe said, they've been very good to us, and their biggest desire is to bring the veteran community, whether they're still in their service commitments or they're outside of their service commitments, to bring them together, have that camaraderie, have that same morale factor, bring them together, have a chance to get away, do what they love, and then go back home and just kind of help keep the sanity, keep the morale up, and then go on with that.
You know, it really is absolutely amazing. And I know that, Zach, you and I have had some great conversations, Joe, you and I as well. You know, my connections with some of the military family groups in the area. Nate Petter with the VETSports Grand Rapids, I guess is the best way of putting it, brought us all together. And I have nothing but appreciation for the dedication, sacrifice that you guys have done, not only making sure other veterans and active members are able to do this, but what you guys do for our country to keep us safe and secure. And I really, really, truly appreciate that.
I think this whole organization is fantastic. You know, putting a fine point on Veterans Affairs, giving these guys and everybody involved something to do, you know, that is far beyond, because you do your service and then you're back to normal life. This gives you that camaraderie back again to what you experienced when you were in the service.
Absolutely.
I commend you guys. You know, everything you do with this is fantastic, and it's so cool. And I'm a little jealous that I can't be a veteran and be a part of it, honestly.
I got to give it to our coach, a.k.a. Herb Brooks, showed up to our first game wearing the flannel sport coat because he was milking an ACL injury.
He called us a nerd. I wasn't going to talk him out tonight. I told Joe I wasn't going to mention his name because he called me a nerd online.
I know. I got to
literally a nerd. That was the best he had. That best chirp he had. He called me a nerd.
You can get it back on Friday. You'll see him Friday. But I got to give it to Rourke, though. He was the one that got in contact with VETSports. He ended up being a POC for the Southwest region down in Battle Creek. So he was the one that got us in touch with VETSports, got us going. So he's the reason why we're here right now. As a team, helping out VETSports and representing what they stand for. But he's the reason for that. So we got to give him all the thanks we got for that.
All the kudos to him, for sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome.
And one last shout out for VETSports is it's been a rough last year for them, as you can imagine, for many organizations. Is they often look to us, the people they sponsor, the veteran and military organizations that they sponsor. They look for us to do fundraising, benefits, games, different things. And if you have any thoughts of donating, this organization has taken a hit this past year without being able to do a lot of these fundraising events. So just a thought there. Is
there a website, a way that people can donate that we could put on the air here?
They have it right on their website.
Okay, perfect.
Is VETSports, VETSports, VETSports.
And that's .com?
Correct.
Okay. Yep.
So we'll put that on the website.
Yeah, I'll work on that. I definitely get
let's plug that in there and get these guys some support. Gosh, they deserve it.
Yeah.
With that being said, boys, thank you very much for coming out tonight. I know this show probably ran a little longer than anticipated, but guess what?
Hey.
It is important to give back to the community the things that you guys have done. It was fun to share some stories with you. Zach, Joe, good luck this weekend. It's going to be a good time. I'm sure we're going to share a few pops. With that, I am going to, me personally, going to close out
Oh, he's shutting his mic off.
We're gonna let muted.
Make good
Oh, hit the button.
choices.
You're done. So I'm gonna let Stefan wrap it up with the good stuff. Thanks for stopping by. Obviously, boys, super appreciate you being here. And I mean, obviously, these boys just got done saying how appreciative they are for the service, but and for what you're doing. And again, I can't say it any better, but I think also giving purpose back to those who had a purpose and need a purpose is really what it comes down to, and that's awesome, is doing that for people, because having a purpose that's what life's about.
Yep,
so
absolutely.
we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Steph, you want to head us out?
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to end on that following that one there. But you guys know how to find us, just chirpin.com. You can find all of our media outlets. You can listen to us on various mediums.
Smash that like button. Smash that follow button.
Yeah, and the inbox is looking so light. We haven't gotten any feedback from anybody. So send us an email. Chirp us, for crying out loud. Give us some crap. My goodness. So just chirpin.com. Coming in from the back alley.
Just chirpin.com.
Just chirpin.com. Thank you all for listening. Really appreciate all the support that we've gotten. We really want more. And we'll see you at the rink.
See you, boys. Welcome to the show. It's called Chirpin, and Chirpin's what we do. And if you play a little bit of hockey, then I'm sure you'd be chirping too. So I started this show with my good friend and my crazy ass cousin. So get on this mic and we'll chirp all night, 'cause we're chirping to you. So pull up a chair and grab a brew and listen to Chirpin. Chirpin, yeah, I'm talking about that dirt dang chirpin. You know I got that dumb chirpin. Yeah, I'm talking about the dirt dang chirpin. Got that dumb bang chirpin. Yeah.
What in the hell are you doing? Give me that guitar right now. You're done.
Go back to the pond.
I'll go yourself, buddy.
I've heard better chirps out of a dead bird.
You.
You.
And Hank Williams Sr., you are not.